All right, everybody, here it begins. We got to get this up in the air. I've got my hoist up on top, but I got to get it up high enough to be able to get underneath it so that I can undo the transmission from the motor. Stop. And Kathleen's out here helping me. We're live on live.me. It's an app now. Nothing and you. See, people are already commenting on here. And we are live.
Oh, you're doing a video to a video.
Yes, I am.
So it's showing a video.
So we're going to pull the motor on this so that we can start getting ready to be able to do the engine rebuild. I've got the engine rebuild inside the shop. So let's get started on this. First thing we're going to do is we got to get it up in the air and drain all the fluids out of the motor. So see you guys in a minute. Right, once you get it up far enough, pop the plug on your radiator and drain it all into a bucket. You want to pull the upper and lower hose from the radiator. If you have a fan shroud, pull the fan and the fan shroud out, and then do everything you can. There's 4 bolts on the bottom of a radiator. I'm going to set this over here because it's going to leak out some more. Get your radiator out of the way. Huh? What? Oh, the towel? Yeah. That was just a spacer. We'll have to fix all that later. All right. So now you've got the hoses out of the way. You've got the radiator out of the way. Everything's out of the way. So now this motor will be able to swing forward when you're trying to pull it out. It's got to swing forward just enough to clear the firewall to be able to slide right up and out. At this point, you go ahead and unbolt your AC and pull your AC compressor over to the side. Mine, I'm going to pull it out completely. You've got a ground on the back wall back there, and you've got about 6 or 8 bolts all the way, no, about 8 or 10 bolts all the way around the transmission that you're going to have to pull out from the back. You're also going to have to try to unbolt your exhaust. If you can't unbolt your exhaust, then cut that sumbitch off, because that's what you're going to end up having to do. On this side, you don't have to worry about the intake just yet if you have an engine stand or whatever. And then the last thing will be your engine mounts. There's one on each side. Those will also come out before you pull this out. You need to pull all this wiring off, and any wires that connect to the motor, you need to disconnect them. If they're going to end up getting reconnected, label them so that you'll know where they go, so that you don't get lost on the way in. That should be about it. You also have your fuel lines that connect to the motor. Take those apart as well. And then you've got your heater hoses that go to the heater core on the firewall, which that's what that's called. So you can either disconnect them from the wall itself or disconnect them from the motor. Either way, you need to take those off. You also have your speedometer cable, and you have your coil right here going to your distributor. You can do pretty much anything you want to do there. Either disconnect all the wiring off of this and let it hang to the motor, or disconnect your entire distributor. Make sure that you label all the ends of your spark plugs so that you can remember what the order is that they go in, or you can look it up online later to be able to figure that part of it out. But right now we're going to disconnect everything that I was talking about, and then we will get back to you in just a second. Well, there's also the steering pump is also connected to it. So that these hoses right here, which are connected to the steering pump, will probably take the steering pump. Once we start lifting the motor up, I'll probably just disconnect the steering pump, leave it connected, and set it over here inside the firewall to the side. So that is what we're doing there. Let's get to it. All right, I got my motor pulled. It's a pain in the butt, especially with one person. All right, so you've got all these bolts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There's another one like 12 and 13, and yeah, there's a bunch of bolts all the way around that thing. Make sure, I'm gonna show you right here on the motor. right at the bottom, there's a plate that goes all the way around. Okay, right here at the bottom center, at the very bottom of the transmission, there's one 10mm bolt. Don't do like I did and yank and yank and yank thinking that it's coming out when it's not, because that one bolt is still there. If you have a steering pump, this is how it's mounted. It's up in here like this. There's 3 bolts. They are just long enough to be able to get them out from behind the pulley, so you can get those out. I laid the alternator down there. Once I put it off to the side over here along with the starter. I put it over here, and now I've got them down there. Don't forget to undo your motor mounts underneath. You can undo them and it'll pull it right up and off. I went ahead and took mine off because I'm gonna have to clean the motor anyway. What else? Yeah, the alternator comes off from right there. Oh, and then there's one more bolt on the back side here. If you're keeping your AC, then you've already taken your AC and set it off to the side, so that's out of the way. All that stuff gets out of the way, and your heater hoses can be right up on there. If by any chance you can pull yours with the transmission all the way out, do that, because it'll make your job twice as easy. But then you have to take the stick shift out from inside, and you can pull the whole thing out. That's the gist of pulling the motor out. I got mine hanging up here. I'm bringing the truck back down. It got hot, so I threw that tarp up. Me being diabetic and high blood pressure, this sun kills me. So I've taken 2 dips in the pool and trying to stay cool today. I was not ready for all that, but now I've got it out. Next weekend I can tear it apart, get it cleaned up, and get it prepped for starting to put it back together. It's probably going to take me 1 more weekend after this, so it's going to end up being 4 weekends from start to finish, because first weekend I made all the stuff to be able to pull it, and the second weekend now I've pulled it. Third weekend I'm going to tear it apart and clean it and start putting it back together, and probably the 4th weekend I'll put it back in. That gives me 2 weekends for anything else or anything that might come up. I've also got to figure out something to do with the exhaust, because I really don't want to put it back together the way it was. So I may end up doing some kind of modification, maybe. I'm not really exactly sure yet. I need to just buy a header for it. Maybe I can get that next week, because then I can go ahead and just redo the exhaust all the way back and not have to worry about it. So anyway, please subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. We've got the next part of this build coming up next weekend, or next part of the motor build. And give me some thumbs up and some comments. I'm on live.me now. It's an app. I do that during the week while I'm driving, just talking bullshit. If you guys want to get on there with me, it's Earthscraper69 is what you're going to be searching for. And I'm going to keep doing my videos here, the in-depth views. I did live this morning for as long as I could, twice, but I just got burnt out on it because it wasn't going the way I wanted it to. I wanted it to just pop out of there and be done, but it didn't work that way. So, enough talk. Get your guys' motor pole and get it prepped. I've got the rebuild kit in the shop, and I'll be talking about that. Subscribe. Thumbs up. Hit me up on different websites. Earthscraper69 for Snapchat, for Instagram, Tumblr, Twitter and Tumblr. I really don't ever answer back to nobody. Facebook, you can find me on there. I think most of the links are in my YouTube homepage, except for Snapchat. That's new. I haven't put that in there. That's it. See you guys later. Thanks for watching.